Hello students, welcome to the lecture. I am Anchal Kamra, your instructor for this course. This whole course is focused on IP addressing. Trust me, we are gonna start with the very basic things, and by end of this whole course you are gonna understand each and everything related to IP address. If we talk about the questions or numerical part, I'm gonna cover that too. Theoretical part will obviously be covered, and at the last of this whole course I have put a practical session also, in which you can find out about the IP addresses of different websites or your own IP address, your MAC address, and things like that. Now, before moving to the contents of this whole course, let me give you a brief about myself. I am Anchal Kamra. I am assistant professor. I am teaching students from last 4 years now, and I have a pretty good knowledge and experience of online and as well as offline teaching, because I am also running a YouTube channel, a blog, and have a few course online also. So this is about me, and now let's get back to this course. What is IP address? IP address is an address of your network hardware, or you can say your device or computer or mobile that you are using even now. It helps in connecting your computer to other devices on your network and all over the world. The IP address provides the exact location of a host device on a network. Having unique IP address is equal to increased stability and reliability of your website. What is DNS? DNS is domain name, is a way to identify, it is basically domain name system. It is a way to identify and locate computers connected to internet. Domain name functions as a link to the IP address. Lecture will be covering each and everything related to IP address and IP addressing as well. And in case of IP addressing, there are a few things like classless addressing, classful addressing, IPv4, IPv6. We are going to cover each and everything over there. On the screen you can check out that there are two different types of notations for IP address. One is binary notation, then there is dotted notation. Then we have classful addressing. Classful addressing is a concept that divides the available address space of IPv4 into 5 classes, namely A, B, C, D and E. Now, if we talk about IPv4, V4 is the version 4 of IP. IPv4 was the first version of IP. The IPv4 uses a 32-bit address scheme, allowing to store 2 raised to power 32 addresses, which is more than 4 billion addresses. Now you must be thinking that it is first version of IP, but first version should be IPv1. You are right. Actually, the thing is, there is something called as IPv1, 2, 3, but that is not related to IP. That is for TCP IP, right? Then when IPv4 was introduced, that was introduced under IP when TCP and IP got separated. So there is a evolution of IP, and there is a whole lecture over this particular topic. Also, we are going to cover IPv6 in that lecture also, how IPv4 and IPv6 are different from each other and things like that. Then we have classless addressing. There were a few things which were problematic in case of classful addressing, and those drawbacks, in order to overcome those drawbacks, we have to discuss, or we have to introduce the classless addressing. In the evolution of technology, classless addressing is also used nowadays. In classless, it is a improved IP addressing system. It makes the allocation of IP addresses more efficient. To reduce the wastage of IP addresses in a block, we use classless addressing. Now there is something called as subnet mask also. A 32-bit number, that is the IP address, creates by setting host bits to all zeros and setting network bits to all ones. In this way, subnet mask separates the IP address into the network and host addresses. Basically, in IP address, we have network bits and we have host bits. But if we talk about subnet masking or subnetting, in other words, subnetting, in the form of subnetting, we divide host bits further into subnetting bits and host bits, so that we can divide the given address space of the block of IPs into a separate smaller groups. So that is the basic advantage or usage of subnet. And the whole course is basically on IP addressing, then classless addressing and subnet masking. We have a lot of lectures focusing only on subnet and subnetting, and then subnet masking also. And there are numerical parts also, or we'll be discussing with the help of IP addresses also. So it will be pretty clear to you how it works by the end of this whole course. Then subnetting is a technique for logically partitioning a single physical network into multiple smaller subnetworks or subnets. It reduces network congestion and boosts network security as well. Now, what is NAT? It is network address translation or network address translator. It is a virtualization of internet protocol address. NAT helps improve security and decrease the number of IP addresses an organization needs. In two lines, let me summarize what NAT is. Basically, if we talk about a organization or any part of organization, maybe some department of your university, you can consider that also. So in a organization or a part of organization, suppose there are 30 systems or 30 computers and those are having internet connections, right? And you can use internet by using those devices. But after the establishment of that lab or that particular organization, we needed to add 10 more systems. But it never happens that the IP addresses or the internet service provider is changed. But you can do that in some particular lab. If there were 30 students, you can scale them to 40. But you never thought of about how the IP addresses are given to these machines. So there is a concept of netting, or that is also called as private IP. So you can assign private IPs. Those IPs are not unique in the whole world, but those IP addresses are unique in your organization only. And every organization in this whole world are using NAT or this private IP concept. So there is a full lecture over NAT also. So wait for the details. That's all for this whole course, and trust me, there is a theoretical, numerical and practical approach related to IP addressing. Everything will be covered. So stay tuned to the lecture series and let's move to the lecture 1. Thank you guys.